Something I've chosen to believe about myself, about life from a very early age is that I cannot miss an opportunity that is meant for me. Whatever is meant for me in this lifetime will find me. You might want to believe that everything is working out for you, but that doesn't mean you actually believe that, like in practice. Maybe you read the title of this video and you're like, that sounds like an interesting concept, but like, what about that time I lost that job offer that I really wanted? What about when the person I had a crush on rejected me? What if I didn't get accepted into my dream school? These are all like rejections that can feel like such a big like hit and a big ego hit, especially when we hype something up in our mind and then we don't get it. I wanted to tell a few stories kind of surrounding this topic of how maybe I lost out on something and it turned out to be a blessing in disguise. So hopefully I can inspire you to, if you're like maybe got rejected from something you really wanted, maybe you can look at it through a new lens and see, what is this pushing me towards? Maybe this wasn't the opportunity I thought it was. Yeah. My name is Vanessa, by the way. I like to make videos and make art and have some fun chats. So thanks for being here. I originally got the idea to talk about this the other day when I was working my retail job. I work part-time at a retail store because we got to make that bread, babe. And the other day at work, one of my coworkers, who's a little bit younger than me, I think she's a teenager, God bless her, she was leaving her job. She was going somewhere else, and we were kind of like celebrating her and like saying goodbye and all that. And I asked her, I said, where are you going? Do you have like another job lined up, And she tells me the job that she's going to after this. And I can't make this up. Like, this is so funny. It's a job that I applied for months ago before I got my retail job. It's a job that I applied for at a company that I have worked at for years, in a job that I have a lot of experience in, felt very qualified for, and they rejected me right away. No interview, nothing. They rejected me. Now, I can't lie. When she first told me that she got that job, my gut was like, what the hell? Like, why did they pick this teenage girl over me? I have so much experience. Like, were a fool to miss out on me. And then I was like, whoa, Vanessa, calm down, be happy for her, first of all. But I thought about it some more and I was like, hold on. How can we reframe this? How can this be a blessing in disguise? And I'll tell you how, because that job that I was applying for was a full-time position, like 40 plus hours a week. And I just looked at where I'm at in my current scenario because, I got rejected from that job. Where did it lead me? It led me to my current work scenario where I have 2 part-time jobs, which allows me so much like free time and flexibility. I can really kind of curate my own schedule. And I have just severely realized that full-time work does not resonate with me. Thinking about it some more, I was like, I went on a really last-minute trip to Chicago to see one of my favorite musical artists in concert. I don't think I could have done that if I had like a full-time job and was all of a sudden like, hey, can I have these days off? Like, I want to go see a concert real quick. Like, you mind? Most full-time positions don't let you do that. You have to like really plan for absences in advance. But my current work situation allowed it to happen so easily and seamlessly. So I'm really grateful for that. Am I in love with my jobs right now? No, not necessarily. But I am in love with the flexibility and like free time that they do allow me. So I just took a step back and I was like, there's no reason for me to put this job that rejected me on like a pedestal, because who knows, maybe I would have fucking hated that job. Maybe it would have sucked the life out of me. Maybe I would have just worked with like weird, shitty people. I don't know. I can definitely tell you I would not have been able to do my last second Chicago trip to go see J-Hope, okay? That would not be happening if I got the job that I thought I wanted so badly. And maybe it was just meant to happen for my coworker, my ex-coworker now. Maybe that job was really meant for her and it's gonna like lead her to something like really awesome, you know? Like maybe it was her job and it just wasn't for me. Clearly they rejected me months ago. It wasn't mine, it wasn't for me. Another instance I like to think about with this concept is I was rejected from my dream school. I wanted to go really badly to Rhode Island School of Design, RISD, because let's be real, it's because I saw Kat Creature do her vlogs there, her art school vlogs, and I was like, I need to go there. But yeah, I really thought I wanted to go to RISD and I put all my eggs kind of in that basket, and when I got rejected, it was soul crushing a little bit. And then I very last minute applied to a different school late. I applied late, but they still accepted me. And I got accepted and I got like a bunch of financial help to go there. And I met some lovely friends. I met partners from the past. I ended up majoring in animation, which is a major that they don't even offer at RISD, but I didn't know that would be what I wanted to major in. So, you know, that all worked out. Honestly, getting rejected from my dream school is entirely worth it based on the sole fact that I moved to my college town and adopted my cats there. That's what made it all, that it was so necessary purely for me to have these specific cats, because these are like my soul cats. They are so perfect for me in every way. So it had to happen that way, let's be real. Another instance I can think back on is the last full-time job I did have. I wanted to apply within the company for like more of an art role, more of a role that I thought I was really suited for. I didn't get the job. I was super qualified, super, you know, could have brought something awesome to the team. That's fine. They didn't have to see that in me. And honestly, I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad I didn't, you know, start in that new role, because this work environment ended up being very icky. Ended up being some people there that were weird towards me, and I got fired. But that was a blessing in disguise. That's a whole other topic. But ultimately, I had to get out of that environment because there were just some questionable characters there. And that would have been a lot harder for me to do, and it would have been more devastating and more crushing if I ended up getting that art role, because that would have been like a job I really, you know, wanted and like felt aligned with. And if I had to lose that, that would have been really crushing. So it felt a lot easier when I was just losing like my other role that I didn't care as much about, you know? Nowadays, I just try not to get too hung up on like making the right or wrong decision. And I just trust that whatever is meant to unfold is going to unfold, and I can't mess it up. That's what I like to tell myself. Now, in hindsight, I'm telling myself that job that rejected me months ago, I'm telling myself now that it wasn't for me. But let's pretend I did get that job and I ended up not liking it so much. That would be for me as well, because it would teach me something. Maybe I would meet someone at that job. Like, I don't know. There's so many different avenues for you to receive the things that you are meant to receive. So I just don't stress. I try not to stress too much about the avenue that it's going to reach me. I just try to go towards what feels good. I wanted to be a YouTuber as like a teenager, and I didn't give myself permission to like be vulnerable online and stuff like that. But that doesn't mean like it's a missed opportunity. It's still very much an opportunity that I can create for myself right now. Those are just a few examples that I hope kind of can ease your mind and maybe make you be more receptive to the idea that what is meant for you is not going to miss you. Missed opportunities aren't the end-all be-all. You can always create new opportunities for yourself, more aligned opportunities. So shout out to that company for rejecting me, because ultimately you led me to CJ Hope in Chicago. Thank you. No. And to my coworker who got that job instead of me, I hope it is like your life's dream. I hope you meet so many awesome people there and you love it. Like, that's all I've got for today. Thank you for being here with me. I appreciate it very much. I'm bad at goodbyes. Bye.